Why, hello everybody. It's me, Kevin the Canadian Hillbilly, and I'm along the banks of the Fraser River, which is just down there, raging in all of its glory. It's early July, and I'm on a section of the old Cariboo wagon road, and I'm going to do some metal detecting. I'm going to get myself a little further along the old wagon road, a little further away from the train tracks, and hopefully we find something that's old, which would be kind of cool. So here's our trail before us. A lot of these rocks have been pushed down here from the train tracks just above. But this is the old original Cariboo wagon road. There's a bit of a trail that's worn in here. I am on the traditional grounds of the Stalo First Nation, a place where people have been for thousands of years. And this needs to be respected and appreciated and valued. It's only been since about 1856, 1852, somewhere around there, that this road goes back to. But the Stalo, they've been here for literally over 10,000 years, so you got to give a little props and respect to these hardy people that can actually make a go of it in this place. The winters are wet and long and hard and rough. Here's one of our first artifacts along the way. An old telephone pole. Well, I guess it would have been telegraph. Goes back that long. Pretty interesting. You know, it's pretty cool because nobody's came through here to steal the wire yet. Look at the berries that are abound. And the blackberries are going to be ripening up soon, which I am looking forward to. Those are fabulous. So, like I say, I'm going to walk ahead here till I get to a spot where we have less debris that's pushed down from the train tracks, because where you find rocks, you're going to find railroad spikes, railroad ties, and other things. And it's just, yeah, hard going. And as I go, I'm going to be looking down over the shoulder here, down to the river, and seeing if there's anything that it might be worth gold panning along the way, which you never know can happen. Mother Nature is slowly taking back this old wagon road that was made in the 1850s. Once you get a little further past, up here will be an area where you start to get away from the train tracks, and hopefully that's where I can start metal detecting. But everything that's down around here, you're just going to get zingers and dingers from the railway, no doubt about it. So I'm not even going to bother wasting my time with that. I'm on a bit of a time crunch as is, so I'm going to try to be efficient with what time I have. But I'm really looking forward to this adventure. This is just even just the walk alone is pretty cool. Like, look at these old railroad ties. You know, this stuff's been here for a very, very long time. And even if you can find a smaller rail spike from the 16-gauge railway that was through here eons ago. Another telephone pole that was chopped down. People looking for, well, I guess there would have been the glass insulators on there. That's the only I can think of. But now we're getting to the area where I want to start busting out the metal detector and seeing what I got. So I'm going to be roughly going on each side of the flat spot here and seeing what we got. The battery's near dead, but I got spares. You never know, there could have been some crazy gold miner that left some stuff out here. Alrighty, we got our first hit. Here, I figure I'm too close to the train tracks. Let's just move this branch out of the way. And it's coming up as mostly iron. There's a slight chance of a coin. So, it's telling me iron or aluminum. And it's a much larger piece that runs along in this way. I still feel I'm too close to the railroad tracks to be doing this. I'm going to pass on this target. This is a beautiful location though, oh my goodness. Wow, I'm just enjoying the walk. It's nice to get out. Let's see here. You see up ahead here where all these rocks have been pushed down. Now this one's relatively close to the surface, so I'm going to hit it with the pinpointer and see what we can find. But this whole place is pretty much full of targets, no doubt about it. Oh yeah. First find of the metal detector. Railroad spike. Not a surprise, that's a modern one. That could have been turfed down here from the railway. I'm not going to bother keeping that. I got another one right here. Another target of some kind. Where was it? Picking up something. Well. I'm just going to turn this off and tuck that away into the back pocket and so much garbage and stuff around here. Picking up with that wire. Picking up that rocker. I like that signal. That's worth investigating. And it's a big signal too. Whatever the heck it is. Alright. I'm I'm not getting anything on the pinpointer. It's just telling me it's relatively deep, which it means it could be something old. Alright, gotta move this out of the way. See if we can get a better idea of what we got here. Okay, gives me a better idea. Is right to here. So, yeah, dig in my back pocket here and grab a tool. Just open this up a bit. See if this will help. Getting a hit there. Wherever the heck it is, just down in here somewhere. It keeps on picking up my metal tool. I don't see anything jumping out and grabbing my eyeball. Oh look, there it is. We got ourselves a first coin. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. This is a fantastic find. I can't even tell what it is. It's so corroded and old. It appears to be about a dime. Oh guys, this is it. This is the money shot right here. This could be a very, very old coin. It could also be a modern coin. I have no idea. But as Gary Drayton would say, that's a top pocket find. And that is where that fella is going. So let's give this area a quick other scan to see if there's anything else here. Oh, did I find me a coin from the original 1850 rush? Oh, I won't know until I get back to the hotel room and we can clean the coin up and examine it. Alright, I'm not getting any other hits off of this. I'm going to turn off my pinpointer. I'm going to put away my other metal tool because it's just going to screw up my other metal detector. And I'm going to see what else we can find. But if this is an old coin, I'm going to be definitely coming back here again because that is cool. Alright, let's grab this guy. And that is it. That was the signal I had. Yeah, and like with mining, cover your stuff up, make it look tidy and pretty. If you want to leave a mess. Awesome. Now, if we can only find one of them old timers gold caches, we'd be rock starring. Now to scamper over all these rocks and get on over yonder to there. Now we're getting to a place where I'm pretty sure does not get worked over or looked over very often. I'm pretty sure people don't come here very often. There is a well-defined trail, but it doesn't look very well used. all these rocks and all this material has definitely been deposited here from above the railway, from above on the highway. In fact, you can see old timbers underneath this rock, which is pretty rad. Oops. I don't like smacking your metal detector around. Nice way to show appreciation. Whoa. What do we got here? Definitely not in that coin range. Oh, maybe. Appears to be a larger target and very shallow. Alright. Oh, don't fall anywhere. Bust up this little fella. Alright, this warrants further investigation. This thing's just picking up my tool here. There's something deep down in here that's causing this thing to go nutty. Let's see if we can find it. There's some of these bigger rocks. Oh no! Oh, almost lost my tool over the abyss. So there is something big in here. Oh, there we go. Another railroad spike. I should have known better. It was coming out at a very high iron signal. Not like that cool coin. I'm really curious as to see what that coin is. And you look up ahead here, you can see where the flat road continues. All this debris here came down off the Cariboo wagon, or off the train tracks. So let's just skip this hard to work ground. Coming to something perhaps a little bit better. Here's the base of a tree. Flat ledge. Right now we're walking in history. A road that's been gone for about 170 years. Sure, there have been people here since that time. Judging by the garbage can, or garbage bag, I mean, and bits and pieces of plywood here and there. And a little tin can there. I'm getting iron signals. Lots of iron, but where you see a tin can, generally they're quite common. You're going to find another. It's like I say, this place was once the home of Aboriginals for thousands of years. It'd be cool to see what we can find. I'm really looking forward to getting back to the hotel and seeing what this coin is, seeing if I can find a date on it. Like I say, this is the OG Cariboo Wagon Road. It's a beautiful evening here. I got maybe about another hour and a bit of daylight. The rocks are all covered in moss. I'm really hoping I'm finding a gold stash from an old prospector. Alright, maybe I'm just going to turn this camera off and turn it back on when I get something that's a good zinger. I hope you guys enjoy the video so far. And if you do, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this kind of stuff, you know, don't be shy. Give me a subscription. And if you like it enough to the point where like, oh, you missed a spot here, leave a comment. There's always time to come back. And yeah, time to let this adventure continue. And I'm going to turn this off. As you can see, she's a precarious perch up here above the Fraser River. It's not an easy way to get down there. I'm looking at some nice looking rocks, and there might be a place here to go gold panning at. Bonus. Well, while metal detecting, I came across a very old camp. If you look up this way, you can see where the train tracks is. And if you see the other cell phone pole way up there, that's where the highway is. Kind of neat thing about this is there's still the old original asphalt here. Kind of cool. Up ahead here, I see something orange. I have no idea what it is. I'm going to go investigate and see what we can find. One thing I want to do too is check out these rocky areas along our way. I'm been disregarding most of the signals that are straight iron because it's all garbage. Usually pop cans and the lot. This is a really unique old place with old rock workings, as you can see here. I'm really curious to see what is up ahead here. What is that orange thing I see way over yonder? It's kind of neat. You come to places where the road literally ends and where it was bridged across with timbers, or just where the ground gave way and fell into the river. Like this spot here. And down to the river it goes. Interesting. Appears to be a tarp structure, maybe a camp of some kind. Very interesting. But no easy access to it. Well, time to go see. After all, this is what we do. We explore, we talk, we find, we discover. Appears to be an old abandoned camp of some kind along the old Cariboo Road. The item suggests it's a little bit more modern. I can only fathom as to who built it and when and for what purpose. A lot of work to build this structure, a lot of material. The old Cariboo Road runs further ahead, but one thing I'm looking at is all this nice looking workable ground. The guy would be able to metal detect or come down here and do some panning on. Very interesting. I'm going to have to come back here one of these days with my pan and do some investigating. But I'm going to leave most of this stuff alone because, you know, people feel a little territorial. Looks like a lot of people have come through here. Looks like they need a pack of drinking water and judging by what I see, most of the stuff I'm finding here is going to be all garbage. There's still spots where the old original asphalt peels out through the ground. As you can tell, I'm right beside a train track. Well, I almost feel like I'm ready to pull the pin on this, turn around, and walk back. It's been quite the awesome adventure, checking out this old section of road. It'd be nice if I could find a few more awesome things besides railway artifacts. Or just iron signals, which are pretty much garbage. And there is a lot of that out here. Whenever you see an encampment like that, you know there's unfortunately what people have left behind. But one thing that was a bonus about this, it allowed me the opportunity to walk up, check out and see places that I haven't been able to get to or see. And I'm really looking forward to coming out here and doing some goaltending in some of these locations. I think it's going to be very interesting. Oh, excuse me. This roadway is very old. It's got asphalt on it. So that tells me it's from I think the 60s or 50s. About 80 or 90 years old. We're coming to the end of the trail where people were walking on. Trying to see a way through here. Time to do some bushwhacking. Another signal. High iron though. I'm gonna disregard it, move on. Yeah. But when you see gravels like this, oh yeah, nice little chunk of iron there. You know, people have been through here left, right, and center. Appears to be another wooden structure coming up here. Wow, it makes you tell. I wonder if this is all old fishing camps along in here. Look at this big, wide, flat, open area. Massive trees have grown up in the time. It's ridiculous. This used to be a highway. Wow. Stubby bottle. Let's go back to the 80s. Very fascinating. Wow. What a neat area. I'm just taking this trail, looks like from the fishing camp where these guys have obviously built their stuff up, down towards the river. And she's a straight drop down there off this cliff face. Wow. Straight down. What a wild stretch. That would have been a good place to build a bridge, eh? Not much of a gap there. And you see the lay of the land, the old highway where it used to be. Just utterly fascinating. It looks like there's more structures further upstream. They had stuff built all along here. And this stuff hasn't been used in decades by the looks of it. It's quite fascinating. It makes me wonder if it goes back to when this road was functional. Even these posts are all lashed with wire from the telegraph lines here. straight iron signal. I imagine it'd be chunks of their wire from their industrious hard work, to say the least. That makes a guy wonder how long this stuff's been sitting here for. Really neat. Platforms and totes and bins and all sorts of garbage and stuff left behind. No doubt it's been here for some incredible amount of time. I can't believe they went through all this trouble to pack all this gear down here. And then you look how wide open this area is. They say this used to be an old highway. Pretty frickin' neat. Not much for signals on the metal detector here. Then again, most of the stuff I would find, I would bet you it would be garbage and refuse. Not much for coinage. A bag for a tent of some kind, which, you know, once you get rid of the sticks and things, it's probably a really good spot to go for a tenting trip. Wow. It's just gorgeous here, like, really. And it's all just hidden out of plain sight. Right along a road that's been used for hundreds and hundreds of years. Wow. This moss is like 4 inches, 6 inches thick. It's just a soft mattress. This would be an excellent spot to go tenting, as long as it doesn't rain on a feller. Wow. Everything's all blasted out of the rocks here when they made the road. Still see chunks of asphalt down here. This is utterly fascinating to me. Really, really neat and pretty. This should be restored and turned into a hiking trail. Oh my goodness. Like it's 98% built already. Oh my gosh. This is just beautiful. Nice cliff on one side, trees, massive trees on the other, the majestic and mighty Fraser River on one side. Wicked high bench gravel deposits down here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright. Well, it makes the fellow want to go down and check it out. But I also want to go forward yet. Like, what does the guy do? I'm going to take the easier path for now and then maybe work my way down to that water's edge. Because this is really cool. Did I just spook a bald eagle? I spooked a bald eagle. There he goes flying away. Wow. This is unreal. This is the big back eddy bay in here. From a high speed to a low speed. That's always a good spot for gold to fall out of a river. And from here on out, you see where the road continues on over this way. This needs to be put into a walking trail. Oh my goodness. Like, this is just wonkerly awesome. Oh my gosh. You got the highway just way up there, which is another actually added benefit, you know what I mean, with the highway being so close. If you have an emergency, you have access to get in and out of here. Wow. Alright. I think it's about as far as I'm going to go this way. Damn, this is just amazing. This highway must have been something else back in the day, you know what I mean? Like in the you know, early 60s when it was still active. It must have been quite the treacherous route. That's phenomenal. And this was the main route to the interior. You know, everything that was coming up north came pretty much either on these train tracks above me or on this road here. And this is a wonderful piece of BC history. It really needs to be documented, preserved, and archived. Here's a very unusual thing. Looks like a stump, but yet the tree continued to grow and capped itself over. Oh. It's giving me just straight iron signal. So I'm gonna avoid digging it, but that's pretty cool. This whole area is really fascinating to me. It just exudes history. It's really interesting. Well, sunlight is fading, and I'm going to pull the pin on this one, but I'm going to be coming back to this spot for sure to do some more exploring down along the river with a gold pan. I'm finding great deposits of gravel, relatively easy to access. Time to do some research and see what I can do here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't fall! And hopefully I can do a few more from this location, as it's a bit of a trudge to get into, that's for sure. But it's a very promising looking spot. I haven't had any major zingers on the metal detector. What I had on that last one there, I believe it was a chunk of metal. I'm getting more hits here in this little spot. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you liked, hope you enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye. What a crazy place. Nuts.